Romo Athletics and powered by the Rolla Athletic Booster Club. Today we are joined by Bulldog wrestling coach Marty Hauck and our 10 state qualifying wrestlers who recently competed in the state championship tourney held at Mizzou Arena. Hey, welcome everyone.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, great to have you. Again, exciting times, putting the 10 wrestlers there, again, hashtag reps, getting it done. Man, what an experience it had to have been. And Coach Hauck, we spent the last few weeks kind of prepping for it, right? We talked about the districts with the girls' side and the boys' side. We came in here and looked at all the stuff you're doing, the program you're building. Talk to us a little bit about what that was like, getting everybody together and heading up to state.
Sure, yeah, no, it's exciting. It's always fun to take kids to state, let them compete, let them shine. It's their opportunity to shine, right? They worked all year for it. We've already started doing our postseason evaluations and looking towards next year already. So that way they can attend state again next year and do a little bit better and continue to dominate. These guys did outstanding. I was super proud of them. I know the coaching staff, all the way down from the youth that's worked with them since they were 5 or 6, all the way through. Sometimes they don't get enough credit, but all of that work came through. It shined through these athletes, their teammates, all the repetitions that they did with their teammates. And they definitely were representatives of our team and of our town. Our town was phenomenal on our send-off. Super exciting. We ended up actually getting a assembly kind of tied in with the opening of the gym, the new field house, and so it was super exciting for these athletes to get to celebrate them and their accomplishments, as well as the new field house and everything, and getting escorted out and all that stuff. Our community and supporters, it was unbelievable.
And you guys also get to go to the other schools, like the elementary schools, right, and do the walkthrough there as well.
Yeah, and our youth program, we've got over 400 in our program this year. And our youth led us through those buildings. So the kids that were in Wyman Elementary that wrestled for us, they were the kickoff, and they got to kind of walk through and get that little preview of what they're going to be whenever they're these guys' age. Same thing with Truman. And then as well as, they've got parents and family members and everybody that's teachers. And, it's truly a community. And it's all that relationship piece. So it's exciting.
Yeah, I remember seeing one grandmother block the entire entrance to make sure that her grandson saw her because they're walking through. I don't know who that was or anything, but I don't want to say who it was. But you know what I'm saying?
That's exactly it, right? And that's the fun of it, right? That's part of the fun and the excitement in the community. During Cade's championship match and even before then, all the other matches when we'd win, you could hear a whole section up there, screaming and cheering us on. And that's super exciting.
That is great. Hey, so real quick, how many of you play other sports? Raise your hand if you play other sports. Okay, so I just it's always one of those curious things. When we talked to Nate last week, I believe, he talked about he started off playing soccer and then he was playing golf. Again, things I'm not thinking of when I'm thinking, hey, what else do you do besides wrestling and soccer? Any soccer and golf players here? Soccer? All right. I know Jack likes to hit the golf ball around, but I don't know about actually, doing that. All right. Well, Coach, you want to introduce the players?
Yeah, definitely. We'll just start in the back row. We'll let them go. And I told them, if they will talk about their state experience and maybe their goals for next year. That's the beauty of this group, as we've got all of them except for Big here. Ella's going to be gone next year. She's graduating, but the rest of them are all coming back, and it's super exciting. So I'm going to let them talk a little bit about maybe their state goals, what their goal was coming into this year, maybe coming out of this year, what the goal is for next year and what they plan to do. So we'll start with Tristan. What did you enjoy about state? What was your goal at state?
I just enjoyed going up there with my team and having a lot of time to do whatever. And also when we were wrestling, it was just a cool environment.
And Tristan, you're a freshman, right? So this is your first year. I mean, again, how exciting was that to be up there? And first year, you're up there at Mizzou Arena.
I was
Very excited. All right.
Awesome. So here we go.
it was fun. First time experience.
What's going for next year? Flight?
It was my second time going to state in high school. And, the plan was this year to place, but we're going to have to do that next year.
What are you going to work on?
Over the summer, I'm just going to keep wrestling and probably lift some more. My first time going to state. I won a match, so that's good. But I want to place next year, so I'll probably do some extra over the summer and lift also for football and other sports also.
It's my first year going to state as well. And my goal going into it was just to get a takedown and see what I can go from there. And
I like that. I like that.
Come down to
All right. It was my second year at state, and the goal was to place, and that didn't happen, but that's all right. I still have more opportunities over summer, and I'm going to Europe with coach, so just continuing over summer.
Great. Now, what's your plans after high school then?
I want to come back and coach, actually. I want to come back and coach and ref some like little kids matches next year. Something hopefully.
Nice, nice. You going to college plans?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
But they might show up.
I was going to say that's always one of the beauty of things. We talked about this before. It doesn't matter whether it's going to college and continuing wrestling, whether it's giving back to the program, whether it's trade school, tech schools. I mean, that's part of what you've built here with this program is that idea of the reps activity. It's more than just wrestling, right? It is the whole life approach in giving back.
So what about your state experience? It was the second time you did that, right? Right. So what was your goal going in?
So what I'm at.
And did you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? What's your goal for next year?
So look for the place.
Look at the place, right? So you won a match, right? That was a goal going into it. And now all the ladies, you all qualified last year as well, right? So that's, again, pretty impressive. And I just want to come back too. So, Ellie, you had you got 100 wins?
Yeah.
So you're the first Lady Bulldog wrestler to get 100 wins, right?
Yeah.
So awesome. Just want to make sure you called that one out. That's excellent. So then goal for next year, you said you want to place. Anything you're going to work on in the off season then to
My
get?
shots.
Okay.
I think if I get my shots down, I'll definitely place.
All right, great.
My goal was to do better than I did last year, and I definitely did that.
Awesome. And so again, going into next year, what are you looking at?
Place.
Looking at place, and then again, what do you have for? What are you gonna work on with that? What's your?
Come in during the summer, do as much as I can.
All right.
Well, definitely my goal this year was to place, and I did because I was out the first day of my sophomore year. So placing this year, my goal for next year is definitely to place first and be the champion. And I'm just going to continue lifting over the summer and continue training over the summer like I have been.
Great. And
She's getting ready in April. Yeah, can I talk about that?
Yeah.
April,
Yeah.
summer, like the off-season.
April, since I placed at state, I qualified to go to the Las Vegas showcase.
Yes, open showcase.
Yeah, showcase. So,
excellent. You excited about that?
oh yeah.
So now, is there extra stuff you're gonna have to do to prep for that with the coaches and everything, and work on things? And
Some extra practice.
okay, good.
Yeah, she's also going to Europe this summer as well.
All right. Again, you placed 5th at state, right? So you're the second Lady Bulldog wrestler to place at state, correct?
Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah, congratulations on that.
I want to introduce myself. My name is Katie Dinder. The experience was awesome. I've been there 3 times, so I was kind of used to it. And I kind of told everybody I was going to win it, so it made it more nerve-wracking. But it also pushed me to really want to win it, and I see myself winning it next year. I don't know,
So again, state champion. Let's make sure we got that covered up. State champion. You're the 4th state champion of wrestler.
6th overall.
Sixth
Okay,
overall.
6
State championships. And then the 4th one doing it. So that's again incredible. Congratulations on that. And the interesting thing is last year you lost to the kid who you beat in the championship, right? And that put you in this thing. You ended up coming back and getting 3rd, right? Last year. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then how was that? I mean, because in the preview, in the paper, you even talked about that, saying, hey, I'm going to get a chance to wrestle this kid again, and I'm going to
It
take
really
him.
pushed me. It made me want to beat him. It got me more ready for the match.
That's
Fun
great.
experience.
So I think a couple things that I'll add to this. So we brought Serenity, our 2 medalists, back into the youth the other night on Monday because the youth club is getting ready to start their district and their state series now. And so 2 of the things that they came in and they talked about was just setting goals and the mental preparation that we did. And Caden talked to the kids about writing his goal down every day, right? And we talked about that. So that was huge. It stood out to the kids because even they asked me about it again last night. And the side thing is Caden's a 3-sport athlete. And so to do what he did is phenomenal. And we've had 5 state champions in the last 6 years that we've brought back. And when you look at that, they're multi-sport athletes. Every one of our state champions, all 4 of the humans, right?
Yeah.
And all 6 championships, they all play multiple sports. So that speaks volumes of that. That's why we preach that multi-sport athlete because it does help with injury prevention mentioned, and so many other things. I do consider freestyle and Greco a sport. So it is a different style of wrestling, but it's a different sport. So, and that's what we're getting into right now. And so that's what a lot of them you heard we're talking about working on their shots. And that's where freestyle and Greco comes in, because there's not a whole lot of parterre. It's more shots and neutrals. So, but those are two things I kind of want to point out that's pretty special about Caden in this championship is, he's a 3-sport athlete, and that's tough to do. So, and a lot of them are academic all-state. So they had 3.5 high GPA or higher, and they were state qualifier, then they're academic all-state. So you got that, and then NCAA All-American as well. We got several of those that are coming in too. So, they're definitely leading and representing our town and school very, very well.
Well, that's great. And then giving back to that youth program, how many of you guys were all part of the youth program here? Most of you were all part of it, and then I know some.
Last night, we had several that came in last night, and were volunteering, and that's it. Like once their season was over, they came right back in and give them back, right?
And you don't know how much that means. I mean, whatever sport it is, having that connection, it is so much to have that person that's been there before you to be that role model to them and let them see what they can achieve. And again, whether it ends up being in wrestling or another sport or just in life or the classroom, or I mean, there's been kids I remember coming up through wrestling that were just dynamos that went on and decided to do other things. And like we always say, that's you just want them to be successful in life. So again, kudos to you all for giving back and being part of that bigger program that you guys have. Coach, anything else to add?
No, that's it. Like you said, it's kind of the whole circle of life, and they did outstanding at state. Super proud of them. I can't wait for next season already. Right, we're already starting. We're already doing our postseason evaluations with the players and athletes and coaches. Our coaching staff is phenomenal. We're doing theirs, and I don't know anything you guys want to say about our assistant coaches. I mean, they're huge, right? Like,
I think
even our alumni coming back.
Yeah, like Zach and Sax, it's really big. Like makes us want to get better because they're there and they've been there. Like they're recent graduates, so it kind of like you know them and you're like you talk to them more about the sport and you want to like get personal with them. And it kind of like pushes you and makes you want to get better.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I think having Coach Smith there in the room is really good too, because it shows that a girl can also do this. So it kind of makes us feel less like, oh, this is a guy's sport, you can't do this. And having a female figure there is really big for us, I think.
I think she's just as important or more important than me or any other coach, right? That we get through that. I mean, she coached not just the females, but she was also with the guys, right? She helped the guys a ton, and she was picked to be in their corner, and and those things as well. And like Caden said, kind of going to that, our alumni, look at the board and you look at that. Those people are in here every day. When you're looking at our youth club, Pete Morris and Lloyd Braidlow, and I mean, those are the guys that are coming in, and giving back. And it's really neat because you see their name up on the wall, but then to put it kind of real life and in perspective. And that's where these guys are going to be, right? Like I mean, she's already said that that's what she wants to do. She wants to come back and coach, and I know several others have. So, anything else?
Well, Coach Braidlow, you know what his nickname is? Well, it was Big Country back in the day, back when he was in high school wrestling and football. Big Country. You didn't know that? Oh, yeah. Call him Big Country next time you see him. He's probably going to kill me for that one. All right. So for Coach Marty Hauck and this outstanding group of young men and women that aren't just about the wrestling, but about the reps, and not just about the reps of wrestling, but the reps of the Bulldog School, the Bulldog program, and the Rolla community. I'm Tom Brown. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next time on Inside the Huddle.